Hi again then guys, and welcome to another straight line performance build for Forza Horizon 3, and this time we're building a tune for a pretty popular vehicle, the Corvette C7 Z06. Now this tune will incidentally work for both the Z06 and the Horizon edition Z06, so it doesn't matter which one you've got, it'll work just as well. And also, before we get into the tune itself, if you do have the Horizon edition or this edition and you want to just get the tune on your car without doing it yourself, both the Horizon edition and the normal version tunes are on my storefront, as with all of my builds. So if you use the keywords in the video description down below, you can find that quickly and easily. But for now, this particular build follows fairly similar rules to what we'd usually do. Obviously you want as much power as possible. The 1500 horsepower engine conversion pretty much goes without saying. As always, I would recommend all-wheel drive. Again, I always do. Some people don't like it, that's fair enough, it's personal preference. And of course, as far as the rest, twin turbo, lower the weight, raise the power, etc. For the visuals, put whatever rims you want, change the wings, etc. as you feel necessary. Although on the point of wings, I would not recommend having the race wing on the front or the back. Now, as far as the tune setup, which is of course the way to get the best out of that 1500 horsepower that you're working with, as you can see on the benchmark, it's got some good numbers. 1.8 to 60, just under 4 seconds to 100, and a fraction under 270 flat out. And it can quite easily get up around that speed and even more with draft. Obviously, you'd have to be drafting a pretty quick car, though, to get up to that kind of speed. Now, as far as the gearbox, I would recommend a final drive of 3. Then for the rest, it's a fairly simple one. On this one, 2.9 for first, then 2, 1.5, 1.17, 0.95, and 0.78. Then for the rest, as I often do, it's very open to interpretation. It can be changed if you prefer a little bit of camber, maybe less caster. You can do that. I've gone for neutral camber, neutral toe, 5 degrees of caster, though if you want to make it stiffer, especially at lower speeds, you can make that higher. If you want the car to be looser, more tail happy, then you can lower it down. So it depends what you want. As far as anti-roll, we've got those on 33 and 24. Springs on 223 front and rear, with the ride height as low as possible. As far as dampers, we've got those on 15 and 7 respectively. Aero does actually apply on this model. You've got the rear wing to work with, unless of course you remove it. So I'd recommend having the downforce, as you can see, as low as possible. And finally for the diff, I've gone for pretty much the same settings that I would usually opt for. 100% on acceleration, 0 on deceleration, and for this particular car, an 80% split in favour of the rear. That gives you a nice mix of launch, handling, top-end grip, but also enough power going to the back rather than the front to keep the front end from being overly stiff. So overall, if you do decide to use this build or a variation of it, and I would always encourage messing around with it because you can definitely make all of my tunes even faster, very deliberately so. I like people to work with them and make them even better. Then obviously I hope you find it fun, and of course if you want to keep up with other tunes like this, you can hit subscribe down below or check out the playlist at the end of this video. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.